Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rizano, and this is episode 196 of the world famous University Love podcast, also known as Online Marketing Moves. Ladies and gentlemen, today is Sunday, February the 7th, 2021, and I have a little piece of advice for you. If you haven't already, you better go out there and get those Valentine's gifts today. Because if you wait until if you wait until next Sunday, you will not like the price that you are paying for those flowers. You can get nice flowers at Costco. Like 2 dozen roses you can get at Costco for, I think, about $15. I bought my wife some once. It was like $15 at Costco. Not about the price, ladies and gentlemen, but why do you want to pay $70 for the same two dozen flowers you can get on a random June day as you can on Valentine's Day? All right. So as I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to put a little extra money into your pocket. But anyway, today we are going to talk about a few Chrome extensions that I use that maybe you can use to get your business, not to get it off the ground, but just to help it along. And the first one I use is Grammarly. That's for grammar purposes. Me, I want to be a big time author. I want to start writing books. I want to start writing a lot of PDFs. I want to do a lot of writing. So when I do a daily email or when I write an article, I use Grammarly. I really don't pay attention to grammar. I really don't pay attention when I'm writing the emails. The spelling, the spelling for the email is different than the spelling for an article. Of course, the article you want it to be a little more, a little more tight with your spelling and things of that nature. But with email, it's a little more, you want to try to make it more personal. You want to get the people reading your email to like they're getting an email from a friend. So I don't know if you don't have to be quite as prim and proper, but you definitely want to watch your spelling. You don't want to spell 100 things wrong. A couple of things you probably spell wrong on purpose, but you don't want to spell everything wrong. You know what I mean? So Grammarly helps me. It can help you. They have a paid, and all these Chrome extensions that I use, and for my business, for my online stuff, I always use Google Chrome. I don't use Safari. I don't know. Google Chrome is faster for me when I try to do like emails or when I make funnels and things of that nature. Google Chrome works quite well. And another one I use is Keywords Everywhere. You can just type in a keyword and see where it ranks. See like cost per click. It'll say things like that. And you want to use keywords. You want to get into the habit of, because everything is a search engine, no matter which platform you use, whether you use YouTube for videos, whether you use Anchor, everything is a search engine. So you definitely want to start using keywords. And I definitely have to get better at this when it comes to the titles that I put onto the podcast, because when people type in stuff, you want people to find. The more people find you, the more customers, the more followers, the more listenership. However you want to put it, whatever word you want to use, you will get more of that. And that is the whole goal for all of us, on this online journey. And the goal for all of us is to get as many customers as we can. Well, let me say this before we. Your goal is to get customers. Not, you want to get good customers, good paying customers. Not, everything that you put out, everybody's not going to buy. Of course, that would be if you had somebody that bought everything that you would put out. That person would be your mom or your dad or something like that. A husband or a wife. Everything you put out, everybody's not going to buy. And that's great. That's fine. But you want people to be able to find you. And, the more customers you get, the more money you will make. You want quality customers. You don't want those people that are always, complaining, whining, So just keep that in mind. That's a little tidbit from me to you. But yeah, you definitely want to use keywords everywhere. You want to use something. I use keywords everywhere, and I also have SEO Minion. There's so many different search engine optimization tools that you can find. These are just a couple that me, myself, and I use. But you definitely want to get to where you know what, because here's the thing, and I learned this from a guy. I still get his emails. I'll read them sometimes. He's pretty good about SEO. There's a couple of different people that I have looked at, and they're pretty good about SEO. One is Neil Patel, and he has a free app called Uber Suggest. You can also check that out. And he says the keywords that you want to try to rank for when you're starting off are in between, like, what is it? Nothing above 30, I think he said. Either 30 or 40, but I know, like, the higher the thing is, it's harder to rank, and if you're just starting, if you just written an article in 2021, somebody's article from 2012 has probably got like 1 million views, so it'll be hard to outrank them, but eventually you can. So you want to try to use keywords that you can use, and that will rank. You also want to use long tail keywords that you can use that will rank. So just keep that in mind when you use these extensions. Just look at it, give it because you really have to. One thing I want you to do is all this stuff. This is a business. You are running a business, so you have to do research. You got to buckle down, do the research. Do some real research and figure out which keywords you can rank for, what keywords will be best that you can use. Then you can always write articles. You can write or you could talk about anything. It doesn't really matter. And if it's something that you can rank for real high in the beginning, then you should go for it. Do a little research and go for it. You don't have to be an expert about everything that you talk about. You don't have to know everything. Anything that you talk about can be done with research. If you do a little research, you could sit there for 5-10 minutes and you could talk about it. All right. So I don't want you to think I had to be an expert in everything before I talk about it. No, just do some research, and then you could talk about, hell, you can go out, you can study, like, I'll give you an example. If you didn't know anything about Manchester United, that's the soccer team. If you didn't know anything about Manchester United and you wanted to write an article about Manchester United, what would you do? You would just look up information, you would study the information, and you would write about it, or you would talk about it. So anything that you look at, anything that you talk about, you don't have to necessarily be an expert about it. All you have to do is the main thing is, all you have to be is two steps two steps ahead of the person who's watching the video. You know what I mean? So don't ever think, I'm not an expert. I don't know this whole thing. Come on, you don't have to be. Just make sure you're doing a little research. All right. And now the last one that I will start using, as of tomorrow, I will start using Screencastify, and that will be for my YouTube channel, because I want to start doing videos. And as I told you before, standing there and talking, those videos are good and everything, but you want to build an audience before you start doing a lot of those videos. So in the beginning, you have to do things like, let's discuss, uh, get response, or discuss Bluehost, or things like that. Those are kind of videos I plan on doing. So I need my screen. So I've looked up a few different ones, and Screencastify is something that I will use. They have a paid thing. I will plump the money down today, and then I would go over it a little bit tonight, and then tomorrow we will start doing videos. Well, I will start doing videos. So those are just a few that I use, and that's one that I will start using as of tomorrow. Like I said, you can go to. I use Google Chrome. I think it works best for me. It probably worked good for you too. So just check it out. And we are done with the Chrome extension talk. But now Ladies and gentlemen, we will talk about one thing and then we will get going. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is the Super Bowl. Who are you picking in this? Do you watch the Super Bowl? Do you enjoy the Super Bowl? You know, what are your thoughts about the Super Bowl? Me, myself, I would not watch the Super Bowl tonight because I will. For the second year, last year I watched, last year I just fell asleep. This year I will be working. I had to get up tonight around 11, so I will not watch Super Bowl. I'll probably be asleep, but I'm sure somebody will text me and tell me about it. But who do you think will win? Why do you think that? Do you watch the Super Bowl? Do you enjoy the Super Bowl? And when you're watching the Super Bowl, when you see different commercials, this is the time. This is from me to you. This is the time to get ideas about marketing because you will see different commercials. You will see different themes of the commercials, and it will also help you in your business. Because marketing is important when it comes to trying to get yourself out there. You have to market. You want to be able to market yourself. You want to be able to say, hey world, here I am, take me as I am. But another thing before we go is one of the more important things that you need to be is just consistent. If you say, hey, I'm gonna put out a video every Monday, then put out a video every Monday. Show up, be there, be present. Do a good job. You will get better at it. Don't get discouraged if people are not listening. Don't get discouraged if people are not watching. People will find you. You will let the people know where you are. You will let people know who you are, what you're about. Be precise. Don't. One thing you have to learn: don't try to appease everybody. The more you try to be general, the more general you try to be, the less money you're gonna make in business. And it's just a fact. Everybody's not gonna like you, but who cares? At some point, speak, have an opinion, have thoughts, be yourself, be who you are, step out from the shadows, you know what I mean? And just go for it. Don't worry about anything. Don't worry about anybody. You can't wait on people. I'll tell you a little story. I remember this guy. He was like, he wanted to drive. When I first started, thought to myself, I'm gonna be a truck driver. And my friend, he kept saying, hey, wait on me, man, I'm gonna start driving with you. I might have told this story before, but it's very poignant for today. He said, hey, wait on me. I'm gonna start driving too. And 15 years later, he never did get started. He never did start up. And it's been 15 years later, and I've done all what I'm gonna do in truck driving, and he's still, I don't even know where he's at this point in life, but he's somewhere, I guess, doing whatever. But the point is, if you sit around and wait on people to get started, if you wait on people or things, there's no perfect situation. There's no perfect time. Just get in there and get to it, and everything will work out. You just have to be consistent. You have to keep showing up. That's the main thing. You don't have to. If you just don't quit, you'll be amazed at what can happen for you. All right. But with that being said, that's it for now. That's it for the podcast. As I said yesterday, let me know if you can actually hear this podcast. All right. I know in the past we had some audio issues, not too bad, but we want to make this thing, as great as possible. So that being said, you can always email me at tony@onlinemarketingmoves.com. Also, if you want to subscribe to the email only for now, you can still go to thelousydriver.com, and on the first page, you'll see the email sign up. You can sign up and you will get a daily email from me. As we talked about last week, we are doing 180 straight days of emails, and we have begun. That is going quite well, I believe. We'll find out. But Yeah, that's it. So just let me know. You can always go to thelousydriver.com. First page, you'll see the email, sign into the email. And then if you go to thelousydriver.com, you can go to the tools section and you can see what tools I use for my affiliate marketing business. Yeah, and that's it. And as always, everybody, tell a friend to tell a friend. This podcast is growing. This podcast is booming. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate the support. And we will be back tomorrow with another hard hitting episode of the best podcast in 3 galaxies, Online Marketing Moves. But until then, my name is Tony Zano. Take care of yourselves. And as always, everybody, peace. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? This is Tony Zano. And I just want to let you know I recorded an episode and I talked about Chrome extensions, but I believe I left off one important Chrome extension. I believe I left off vidIQ. Now, vidIQ is an extension I use for YouTube. I used it in the past, and what it does is like a search engine tool. It just helps you, say if you do a video and then you type in keywords that you can put in for your video. Say if you talk about affiliate marketing in 2021, then you would type that in and it will tell you like where it ranked. It will tell you the weight. It will tell you different things like that. And the thing about vidIQ is when you write your title and you write everything out, it will tell you, yellow is for okay SEO, green is for great SEO. So it will also help people find you, help people find your video. And of course, as you well know, the more people that see your video, the more it will be shown on the YouTube side, the side thing, So just the more follows you get and the more viewers you get. So vidIQ is a great Chrome, is a great tool to use for that. Now I use the paid version myself. It's like I think $49 a month, but they have a free version you can use, and you won't be able to use as many words. But once after a while, you'll figure it out yourself, and you might not even need to use that. But in the meantime, and in between time, definitely check out vidIQ. I believe I left it off the podcast, so that's why I had to come back. I was sitting here typing up the format for the podcast, and I think I left out one of the more important ones. I started talking about something else, so I deeply apologize for that. And yeah, let's get to the podcast. I believe I'm going to put this before the podcast, so keep that in mind. vidIQ and the other ones I said: Grammarly, Keywords Everywhere, and SEO Minion and Screencastify. All right. Take care of yourselves and enjoy the rest of the podcast. Thank you.